Hi everyone, welcome to Historic Shenanigans. I didn't say shenanigans. Shenanigans. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Historic Shenanigans. As always, I'm your host Shannon, my co-host
Julie.
We're here to talk about some history, weird history, funny history,
History.
history, that not boring history.
Anything but
Interesting
boring
history. Yes, interesting history. We want to remind you, if you're watching us on YouTube, to please go like and subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Also,
ring that bell. I always wanted to say that.
well, there you go.
Got it out of my system
Good.
now.
We're all glad. Hopefully that never comes up again.
Sorry, guys.
So, and if you're just listening to us on our podcast, just please like, review, give us a review, let us know what you think. Again, I still don't have socials set up, but I promise I will this week. And
She will this week.
And then you can contact us there. We'll have, lots of cool stuff to post, but as of right now, you could email us if you wanted to at historicshenanigans@gmail.com. I do have that set up at least, so I'm not being a very good host, but
You're being great.
I do what I can. I got a lot of stuff going on.
Y'all send her an email and tell her how great she's doing. Love to hear it.
Thank you, Julie.
You're welcome.
We also have a true crime podcast. If you want to listen to that, it's One Crime at a Time. You can find that anywhere you listen to podcasts. So you can go listen to that one too. We're cool over there also. Okay, are you ready to get into this story?
Ready.
Picture it. 1820s France. There's a couple with the last name of Beauglet.
Beauglet. It's a very French name.
Yes, we're going to be Frenchy today.
Okay.
They had a son that they named Jules. Now, this family's occupation was woodcutting and construction, so that kind of put them on the lower end of the social spectrum.
They social totem pole.
Social totem pole. And lower middle class, basically. And this was during a time when your social class was extremely important to every aspect of your life. It would determine what kind of job you would have, who you would marry, if you could go to school or not. So
kind of like today.
Basically, nothing's changed since the 1820s
in France,
and even before then. But have fun with all that. So Jules had met and fell in love with Miss Margaret Leron. Who was the daughter of a wealthy leather merchant.
Okay, so he's from a poor family. She's from a wealthy family.
There you go.
Okay.
That ain't juking and jiving.
Didn't then, and it ain't today.
Now, even though Margaret was from a wealthy family and Jules was from a woodcutting family, Jules still decided that he would approach Margaret's dad and ask for her hand in marriage.
Okay.
Which, of course, he said, "Hail to the no."
Hail to the no. No. I bet that's exactly how he said it.
He said it. That's exactly how he said it. That's where that comes from. But they were in love, so they wouldn't give up. They kept begging and pleading. Can we please get married? Please let me marry your daughter. Please let me marry your daughter. So they finally wore him down, and eventually her father said, "Okay, but only on my terms."
Okay.
So his terms were that Jules would have to join the family leather business, work in the business for a while, see if he could learn the business, be successful, and if that happened, only then would he be allowed to marry Margaret.
I almost feel like that's probably like a good deal for Jules, though, because he gets to go into an established business, work his way up, and start making better money and probably setting up a better life for himself.
Right.
So and this just be a couple years. So.
It's just going to be a win-win all around, right? Yeah. Okay.
I bet that's exactly what's going to happen.
Exactly. So Jules worked hard, and he was quickly given more responsibilities. He took to it pretty well. And One of Jules' responsibilities was buying the leather, purchasing the leather for the business.
Mm-hmm.
So, in 1855, he made a very large purchase of leather. But Jules had not been paying attention to the technology that was coming up in the business, in the leather business. Because before 1855, leather tanning had been done with tree bark, and it was it was just very difficult and very labor intensive. But that year, a chemical was discovered that a chemical compound really that could tan leather in a lot less time with a lot less physical effort. Well, Jules did not know this, was unaware. So, actually, just a few days after he purchased this large amount of leather, the price dropped by 40%.
Oh, no.
So,
It makes it kind of look like he doesn't know what he's doing.
right, exactly. He wasn't keeping up with the industry
Mm-hmm.
and what was going on
Okay,
with the
how was he
industry.
supposed to know that in 1800s, though? It's not like he could scroll the web to
Well,
find
they would
out.
put it would be like in newspapers and
Okay,
stuff.
okay.
And I'm sure they even then they probably had like industry publications and stuff
Mm.
so that
So
people
you
in
think
that
it probably had been
industry,
announced ahead of time that this was
well, considering,
happening?
yes, people knew that this was coming.
He just didn't know.
He didn't know.
Okay.
The merchants knew
Mm,
that were selling him the leather. 'Cause, I mean, it's not like they're going to let him know that the price is going down in a few days. They're just
right,
going to charge him whatever they want to charge him.
right. Because that's money out of their pocket. You
Right,
can't blame the business owner for
right.
that.
And so, you know, Margaret's father's like, his business was like ruined.
Mm-hmm.
So Jules ruined Margaret's father's business. So
It's not looking good for the wedding, guys.
I don't think there's going to be a wedding between Jules and Margaret, right?
Oh, dang.
So this this devastated Jules.
Yeah, he was in love.
Yeah, he was in love and he was too ashamed to go back home to his family. So he just started wandering around.
Mm.
Like the town, I think the town was Leon, I think is how you say it in French.
Leon.
Leon. And he's just wandering around this town in France. He just kind of bummed around at least for 2 years. And then one day, he just totally disappeared. He was never seen in any city in France or in nowhere in the country again was he ever seen.
So long, Jules.
So that's our story.
It's weird. That's kind of leaving me on a little cliffhanger there.
Yeah. So then in 1858, a man fitting his description showed up in the town of Harwinton, Connecticut.
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 Made it from France to Connecticut.
Supposedly, yeah. He was dressed head to toe in a crudely stitched leather outfit. Head to
Leather.
toe in leather.
He ought to have plenty of it.
Yes. So the locals, since he had this leather outfit, started calling him the Leatherman.
Okay.
Which I guess that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in that same year, the Leatherman, he began walking 10 miles per day. He walked between the Connecticut and Hudson rivers. From Harwinton, Connecticut, his route took him to Bristol, Forestville, Berlin, Middleton, and south along the west side of the Connecticut River. Then
Okay.
he'd go through all the shore towns there. Then he would head west to Westchester County in New York, coming within a few miles of the Hudson River. Then he would head back east to Connecticut. From Danbury, Connecticut, he went north through Milford, Woodbury, Watertown, and back to Harwinton.
Making
So
my way downtown, walking fast. He's just a walking.
he did this walk in 10-mile intervals, basically, every day.
Wow.
This was a 365-mile circle that he walked.
Okay.
He would walk in this circle. It took him 34 days to walk in this circle. And between 1858 and 1889, he walked this circle again and again and again and again and again and again and again. No matter what
Did
the
you do it
weather was,
again?
no matter what the weather was like. So he would just walk in this huge circle and he'd finish every 34 days and start
Okay.
over.
Did anybody like say, "Yo, what's
Yeah,
up?
yeah.
Why you
People
walking?"
people along his route would, they gave him handouts, and at times he would be invited to sleep in people's, like, shed or barn or something. But he always refused.
So where was he sleeping?
He would just sleep outside or in one of the many caves that were along his route.
Okay.
He never stayed at someone's house overnight. And people on his journey were, of course, curious about him and wanted to know, like, where he came from, why he was dressed in leather, and why he's walking this circle. It's 365 miles in a month.
If he did one of those every day, it would take him a year.
Right, exactly.
Because there's 365 days in a year.
Right. But he's not doing them every day.
That was just a little side note.
He can't walk 365 miles in a day.
I meant 1 mile of, you know what I'm saying.
Oh, so if he walked 1 mile a day
for 365 days,
it would take him a year.
Yeah,
But, well, he did it in 34 days. So he did it several times a year.
Mm-hmm.
And so they would try to talk to Leatherman, try to figure out, hey, what's your deal, Leatherman?
What's with all the miles? Had a lot of mileage on them boots, them leather boots.
But he would not talk to people, and he wouldn't talk about his past. He only spoke in, like, grunts.
I was about to ask, can he speak English?
And no, he did not speak English. He would grunts, kind of. They called it broken French, but if he's from France, why would it be broken French? But I don't know if they're just describing it as broken French because they didn't understand it, or he just kind of was thinking he was saying enough to get his point across. I don't know.
Maybe they were just judging him because they could tell that he was from the woodworkers family.
Right.
So they're like, he can't speak good French.
Class.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he also he used a lot of hand gestures too to kind of get his point across.
I do that a lot too. Like, I'm actually currently have my hands held under the table so that they're not up here.
Y'all see my hands fly all the time. I see it when I'm editing, and my hands will be like all up in the camera and stuff.
I try not to.
But I guess I should put my hands in my lap too, and that would probably help. So this suit made him look much larger than a regular human being. So he kind of looked like this huge, just plump, I guess, huge animal in leather walking down the street, because it was a huge leather suit.
He probably had long hair and a beard at this point too, if he's not like stopping anywhere to stay, like to get cleaned up or to,
I'll show you pictures of Leatherman.
Okay, so he looked I'm picturing him looking kind of like Sasquatch. That's what I'm picturing.
No, I don't think he does.
Okay.
From these pictures, maybe one of the pictures, he kind of looks more Sasquatchy than the other one. But you can tell it's a man.
Yeah.
So he was extremely shy. He wouldn't look people in the eye. He just kind of, would, hey, I need some food. Now, at this time, there were a lot of wandering hobos wandering around. And
that's what wandering hobos probably do.
Yeah.
They wander.
They wander. They call them the Wanderers.
I wasn't going to say it. Trying not to sing it.
I was like, I'm not singing it. I'm not singing it.
Don't do it, Julie.
Yeah, I mean, because at this time, America was not what you would call economically stable. So there was a large group of men just wandering the country or looking for work, begging, looking for work. Now, in the 1870s, editors of local newspapers and letters to the editors of local newspapers frequently made the recommendations to either give these men poisoned food, kill them, or take them out and shoot them.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. So that's 3
ways. Put them out of their
misery.
Let's just put them out of their misery. They just
want them dead, because that's 3 ways to kill people.
They're like, it's a win-win, because they are not miserable anymore, and we don't have to look at them.
Right.
Because, why would we want to have to look at these unsightly humans?
Problem solved.
We'll just kill them. I'm giving you 3 different ways to do it.
Kill the second option just says kill them, so that's kind of just wide open.
Poison them,
however you
kill them,
or shoot them in the head.
In the head specifically?
Well, it just said take them out and shoot them.
Oh, probably not in the foot.
I guess how many times you
so
feel
they wouldn't be wondering.
Yeah, just take their feet out.
Yeah. That's a problem solved. So you're assuming shoot them means kill them.
That's what I would think.
I do too.
But
I'm assuming it too.
you know what happens when you assume. So I could be wrong.
Probably not though.
So, however, this was not the case with the Leatherman. It was never brought up that, hey, we should get rid of this guy, or why don't you take him out back and shoot him? Locals were kind of fascinated by the precision of his daily routine.
He's kind of becoming like a legend in their town.
Kind of, yeah. So, as he always walked in this circle, he kept to an exact schedule. So, if he showed up at your house, say at 4 o'clock on this one day, you would know that at 4 o'clock in 34 days, at the same time, he would show up at your house again.
He had it down to
He
a
had
science.
it down. Yeah, he pretty much did. And
Yeah.
so this precision kind of endured him to people, because they were like, how is he doing this? You know, who knows what happens out there on the road? You can't be that precise. It's because it's over this large area,
right?
Too. So,
and again, I know I mention it a lot, but there was no modern technology, so it's not like he's got a stopwatch or something to tell him.
He just
an alarm that says, "Okay, start walking now." Okay, you've gone 10 miles. Stop. Yeah, he
just follows the exact same schedule every single time, and apparently nothing comes up that makes him stray from that schedule.
Not even bad weather, because he was probably using the sun as a indicator, but sometimes the sun, well, I guess it always rises, but sometimes it don't look the same.
Right.
Sometimes it's dark out.
Yeah.
In the daylight.
I guess after all those years, his internal clock would be like, it's time to get up and walk.
Right.
We're going to stop here. We always stop here, so stop here. Spend this much time here. Then it was just crazy.
Yeah.
So
I bet they were intrigued.
Yeah, so, as he traveled because of this, because he was so precise, he never spent more than one night in a certain area. Now, if you fed him and he enjoyed your hospitality, you would become a stop on his trail, on his track or route or whatever you want to call it. And he would just keep showing up every 34 days.
Like, I remember
for
them.
Food.
They had them good mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
The good potatoes.
So he would just keep coming back unless something came up that scared him away from that location, and then he would find another location to stop at. If you ever crossed him one time, he wouldn't be back to your house again. You would lose the Leatherman. So you would have to be careful not to do anything to spook him. Now,
you let him do all the spooking.
You let him do all the spooking.
I guess they weren't creeped out by him or anything.
I guess so. Now, in 1885, the Hartford Globe published an article relaying exactly how punctual the Leatherman was. And so after this article was printed, he became kind of a celebrity in the local area.
I bet he did.
He was written about in the New York Times.
Oh, wow. I made it all the way to New York.
Yeah. And the New York Herald Tribune, which was a big newspaper at the time. Now, because he was so punctual and arrived at his regular stops at the same time, families they would just have meals prepared for him because they would know he was coming that day. So they would prepare a meal for him, have it ready for him. And upon arriving at the homes, he would just take a stick and kind of rap on the door, like knock on it with a stick.
I'm here.
And when the owner opened the door, he would just point to his mouth and grunt.
Okay.
Just like, I'm here for my food, basically.
Yeah.
So he would eat and make an appreciative gesture to thank them, and then he'd quickly move along to keep his tight schedule.
When I said Sasquatch, I think what I meant was Neanderthal.
Okay.
Because that, that seems very caveman-esque to me.
And I think probably he started doing that because he did speak French, and he realized nobody there understood it, so he had to come up with some other way.
So he created...
I guess kind of like pantomime. He just decided that that's the way to communicate with these people, because if I try to talk to them, they're not going to understand me anyway.
Right. So he created his own little sign language grunt system.
Right. And, of course, after he visited a few times the same house, he wouldn't really need to do that anymore because the families knew the deal, so they would greet him outside.
And I guess you reckon he caught on to the fact that they were catching on To him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
because he would stop at
yeah,
regulars.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it became a routine after that.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't, they basically they'd probably just meet each other out in the yard and or outside and or on the porch or something. You know, you know.
Yeah.
He rarely ever entered homes and usually would just eat outside. Sometimes in the winter, if it was extremely cold, they would invite him in, and sometimes he would go in, sometimes he would just decline and say, "No, I'm good." So, of course, he was not known to bathe regularly, and I'm not sure that he ever bathed at all. I mean, surely there's some, he was by some rivers, so maybe once in a while he would hop in the river when it was summer or
I
something.
was gonna say, because Connecticut, it's probably cold most of the time.
Yeah,
A good bit of the
the
time.
water at
Yeah.
least. Um, I don't know though. I mean, surely in all these years, it's like 30 years he did this.
If he didn't, he might. You know what? He probably stunk
I'm sure he did. And he wore that exact same leather outfit
the whole
the
time.
whole time. He never changed. It was the same outfit constantly. He also loved tobacco. That's known about him. He would actually make his own pipes out of pieces of tin and hollow reeds.
Mm-hmm.
And his tobacco, he would get tobacco like if he was walking around and saw a used cigar on the ground or something, he would get the tobacco out of it so he could smoke his pipe. Now, when he would set up his camps outside of the towns or whatever, when he was on his trip, sometimes some dude would go out there and sit with him because I guess that was, I don't know if it was like a I dare you to go sit with the Leatherman
Mm-hmm.
situation or hey, I'm just gonna go hang out with the Leatherman
Yeah.
tonight.
Maybe he thought somebody would be like, "Oh, he's gonna talk to me. Like I'm gonna go out there and talk to this man."
Well, he didn't.
Right.
Most of the time, they just sat there just staring at the fire. He was smoking his pipe, and then he would get up to go to bed, and the other person would just leave. And that was the extent
That's kind of
of
what you do whenever you have a fire,
right.
though.
You're just kind of chilling with the Leatherman.
Mm-hmm.
He was, he let you, so he
Yeah.
wasn't scary or anything. He just it's like, hey, if you want to sit by this fire, go ahead,
Mm-hmm.
but don't expect to talk to me, and don't
Mm-hmm.
expect me to talk to you.
That's my kind of
I
company
know,
right
right?
there.
You shut up, and I'll shut up, and we'll just
We just
enjoy
shut up
this night
together,
by the fire,
watch the fire.
basically. So, so as he gained fame in the area between mostly his fame was in this circle. It's not like he was going nationwide or
Right.
anything. But merchants around the area, they started using his photo in advertisements for their products.
Was he getting any royalties from this?
He wasn't. I'm sure it was just like if somebody's selling, I don't know, Newport cigarettes. They're like, "Hey, Leatherman loves Newports. Don't you want to be like Leatherman? Like smoke Newports.
Yeah,
Leatherman loves them." I'm sure it was some stupid shit like that.
They could have at least tossed him a piece of leather or
You'd
something here and
think.
there.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure. No, he didn't get any. They didn't give him any money.
Well, especially because he didn't know about it.
Right. Well,
Probably.
probably he may have, because if he's walking through a town and he sees a sign and hanging in a store or something with his picture on it.
Do you think you would know what he looks like? And he can't read it because he can't even speak English.
I don't know.
And does he know what he looks like?
I don't know.
Do they have mirrors? I know. I'm sure some people had. I know
Yeah,
they had
you could
mirrors.
see yourself in glass by a store or something. Surely there's ways.
He probably knew.
I think he probably knew. Surely he
Mm-hmm.
he saw a mirror sometime. Obviously,
Yeah. When he was in that rich girl's
in that
house.
365.
Yeah.
Right. When he was with
He
Margaret.
might look a little different now, though.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. I don't think he looked like this when he was trying to marry Margaret. So, once a lady gave him a new pair of leather boots to wear because she noticed I'm sure his shoes were not the best in the world
Probably getting a
with
little
all
worn
this
out.
walking.
Mm-hmm.
So he took them from her. He cut the leather part off and just handed her the soles back. He just took the leather. He likes leather. He wants leather. He craves leather.
Give me all the leather, man.
Keep quiet and give me all the leather you got.
And I don't want no souls.
You can have those back. I got my own souls. I don't need your souls. So, he carried with him a leather pack, had a knife and a hatchet that he had actually made himself.
Out of leather?
Yeah. Everything's leather. The knife's leather. Mm-hmm. He did have a steel pan, a pair of scissors, an ice pick, and a French prayer book dated 1844. So that's what he pretty much carried with him. Mm-hmm. And everyone there assumed that he was Roman Catholic, was his religion, because he did wear a religious medal. He carried that prayer book, and he refused to eat meat on Fridays. So if he showed up at your house at a Friday, don't give him any meat. Don't give him any meat, because
not on Fridays.
He don't want it. Now, one day in Branford, Connecticut, he stopped at a grocery store where he ate a loaf of bread.
The whole loaf?
The whole loaf.
Okay.
A gallon of milk, crackers, a can of sardines, a quarter of a pie, 2 quarts of coffee, a gill of brandy, and a bottle of beer.
Do you know what kind of tummy ache that would have gave me? If a whole gallon of milk, and some sardines on top of the milk. Mm-hmm. I might could deal with the pie.
Yeah. Now, after leaving that store, he went down the road 1/2 mile to the Chesney house.
Kenny?
Maybe Kenny's ancestors. I don't know. Okay. Maybe they lived in Connecticut or New York. I don't know. Here, he ate his usual 2-course meal on top of everything that he had just eaten at the store. So, I guess walking that much makes you hungry.
Yeah, I guess so. Work up an appetite.
Right? He had to have been in shape like crazy,
right? For sure. Yeah, I bet he was thin.
Yeah.
I'm picturing
not
him
probably
tall,
bulky, but
thin. You think bulky?
I said probably not bulky.
Yeah, no.
Like muscle. He wasn't muscle. Maybe in his legs, but probably not in his upper body.
Right. I'm just picturing thin, lanky for some reason.
Yeah. So, even though Leatherman, he was usually treated decently, but well by the people. But they didn't trust him. It's not like they didn't probably want him in his house or alone with their children or anything like that. They didn't fully trust him. And there were some people that did not treat him well at all. There were people that would often try to get him drunk so that try to get him to tell them about his past, who he was, where he came from, all that. In New Haven, locals came out of a tavern and actually held him down, and actually poured alcohol down his throat.
Oh my goodness.
To try to get him drunk, which is not cool.
No.
Don't do that to anybody.
Don't do that. You'll end up drowning them. Choke on it.
Yeah, you'll end up probably kind of like, it's kind of torturous, like kind of like waterboarding. But anyway, don't do that to people.
That's not cool.
It's not cool. In Forestville, he was thrown into a horse trough, which is not cool either.
Why are y'all bullying him now?
Right.
Like, did they change their opinion?
No, this is just a few of the people. Yeah, there's always those. There's always
ruin everything.
There's always some
little
in
punk.
Everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, no. Anyway.
Don't get me started.
We won't go there, but you know who we're talking about.
You know who you are.
Yeah. And there's people out there listening to this that would be throwing him in a horse trough.
That was like, I was thinking I'd throw him in a horse trough. I would have dumped some alcohol down his throat, made him talk.
He'd have told me.
Yeah, you gonna tell me today.
I'm gonna know where you come from, boy.
Never mind the fact that you don't speak English and clearly speak broken French.
Right, which I think he probably spoke French, and it was broken because he's just trying to get people to understand. So he's like only saying a few words, like, you know how like when you when you don't speak somebody, or somebody doesn't speak your language, and you just kind of be like, hello, how are you?
You know who I live with.
Yeah.
He has workers. He tries so hard to communicate with, and I'm like, you're not. He does. I bought him some earbuds that translate And they actually do work because he has one of the guys speaks English and Spanish, and so he like called him and had him say something in Spanish, and then it told him what he said, and it was pretty close.
Right.
Some of it was not close at all.
Well,
But my husband, he likes to think that speaking in a Spanish accent,
no matter what you're saying.
no matter what you're saying, bless his heart, he doesn't mean anything by it. But when you go to a Mexican restaurant, he's going to order his food
with an accent.
with an accent. And I'm like, please don't do that. Please no. Not here. Not today.
That doesn't mean you speak Spanish.
Yeah. He means well. Don't come after him.
Don't email us.
Yeah, not about that.
Not about that. So, wisely, Leatherman, he began avoiding these places, and he started he stopped kind of going through towns. He would just kind of walk on the outskirts, down country roads, or follow the railroad or something like that, instead of going into towns where there were a lot of people. So he wouldn't be mistreated. Because he knew who the good people were.
So he's kind of getting off his beaten path a little bit?
Well, no, he's following the same, maybe not this exact same trail, but he's going through the same places.
Okay.
His route didn't
Okay,
change.
I got just where he made.
Yeah, he would just avoid the town.
Okay.
Basically, he would just go around the town.
Okay.
Instead of going through the middle of town. Now, in 1877, people started to become concerned because a raw sore started to appear on his lip.
I would be too. I do not like. You can't even say the word around me because
it'll pop up.
Yep. If you know, you know.
If you know, I know about hers, but I've never had one. Just saying.
I don't even know that's what he had, but even the thought of that being what he had is gonna make my lip tingle just a bit. Call my doctor. Get my prescription ready.
Yep. It's coming. So, and newspapers across the area started reporting on his raw sore on his lip. Because everybody was like, oh my gosh, what's happening with Leatherman?
Breaking. Leatherman has a cold sore. It's a fever blister.
Tonight on News 11.
Man, it's been slow news years around those times.
I don't think there was much happening.
Leatherman's got herpes. Not that kind.
Oh gosh. It's all the same kind.
No, it's not.
So, at this time, in addition to his sore lip, by this time, the skin on his hands, face, and chest was very frostbitten, and it was causing it to become swollen. His skin was cracked and oozed blood, but he would not let anyone help him. He refused help from anyone. Now,
he didn't even want no Vaseline.
No, no. He's like, no, I got this. Don't you worry about Leatherman.
Okay.
I got this. Now, like I was saying, that the people on his route, they would try to get him come inside from the cold at least for one night. He's like, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Well, it's almost like why am I going to come in for one night,
right,
and then have to go back? It'd probably make it worse
right.
If you come in and you get comfortable and you're warm and cozy, and then just to get turned out into it again.
Yeah. So he just decided to keep keeping on.
Thug it out.
Now, he was soon arrested in Middletown, Connecticut, and was taken into custody by the Connecticut Humane Society so that the sore lip on his face could be treated.
So it's illegal to have a fever blister.
I think what it was is they're like, this man noticeably needs help. He's refusing help, but we can't just let this man continue the way he's going. So let's take him in. Let the Humane Society take him in, try to find out what's wrong with him, and see if they could help him. Well, the examination showed that this thing on his lip was cancer. It was cancerous.
Dang.
But nobody can hold the Leatherman. And within the hour, he had escaped and was back on his route.
Just walking that circle again. Rolling.
You're not going to keep me down. I am walking this circle.
I got a circle that you walk.
It's not like that circle's going to walk itself.
Exactly. Exactly.
Somebody's got to do it.
I got to put leather to the pavement.
I don't see any of you assholes out here trying to walk that circle.
Right.
Sitting up there in your warm houses.
Worried about my lip? I ain't worried about it. Why are you worried about it?
You let me worry about that.
Now, at least now they know it's cancerous. It ain't contagious.
Right.
Contagious.
That's probably what the big deal was.
Yeah.
Is they weren't so much worried about him as what he was carrying around.
If I give him a plate of food and he uses my fork on that funky mouth.
I had not thought about that, but that's exactly why. That is 100% why.
You ain't gonna be drinking no sweet tea off of my glass, buddy. Not with a lip like that.
They don't have sweet tea in Connecticut and New York.
They would if I was there.
They do not have sweet tea. You can't. That's just a warning for you when you go to New York. You will not be able to get iced sweet tea. You can get hot tea with sugar in it.
That ain't.
But it's not the same thing.
And just a message to Northerners: if a Southerner comes up north into your restaurant and say, "Can I have some sweet tea?" Do not offer them iced tea with sugar packets.
That's what they're going to give you.
Will not dissolve in cold tea.
You could bring the ice separately. Let me get the regular tea, just room temperature tea. Let me put my sugar in it, and then I can add the ice to it after that.
Yeah, and then you have sweet tea. Do you know, one time I spent the night with my Aunt Sarah. I spent a week with her. She lived in New Hampshire, and I was probably 10 years old, maybe younger. I might have been 8. She lived in New Hampshire, but she had a summer house in South Carolina. Okay. So I stayed the week at her house in South Carolina, and I asked her for sweet tea, and she did not have any. And me at 8 years old showed my Aunt Sarah how to make sweet tea.
Well, you're kind of, if you're from the actual South, you just are born knowing how to make sweet tea.
I was like, you just put sugar in it.
It ain't rocket science.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
You make your tea.
You also cannot get sweet tea west of Louisiana.
Yeah, we make sweet tea at home, and I used to always drink sweet tea, but I
don't drink anymore either because I don't really do sugar anymore, but
I love the thought of it because I used to love sweet tea so much.
Because it's so good.
It's so good.
If you make it right, I mean, I doubt if you've never made sweet tea before, it's not like you can just get it right on your first try. You're not going to get it right.
You can't be scared to put no sugar in that tea. When we make a gallon, close to 3 cups of sugar is what goes in ours. It's like syrup.
It's so good, though. But anyway.
Squeeze a lemon in it. That's the last thing I'm going to say.
What were we talking about?
Leatherman drinking my sweet tea off of my glass. Ain't going to be none of that.
That's right.
Sorry, I went on a little tangent.
But it's a very important issue. That's gone on too long.
Way too long.
Y'all need to get with the sweet tea. That's why we don't ever want to come up there.
I'm coming up there next month.
I've been up there a lot, but you can't even get sweet tea in Texas, which is crazy to me. That is crazy to me.
I bet I know where you could get it in Texas. You could get it in Wascom, Texas at my dad's house whenever he lived out there because he was going to drink him some sweet tea. But he's from Alabama.
Right.
So, actually, he's from New Jersey.
Well,
none of this has anything to do with this. I'm sorry, guys.
He's from New Jersey via Alabama.
Right. Correct.
And living in Texas.
He was Alabamanized whenever he moved down here. He did love the sweet tea.
It was so good. I think if Northerners had sweet tea one time,
it changed their whole attitude.
It would. Everything about their whole life would change.
I agree.
Take our advice, guys.
Yeah.
If you want us to send you some, let us know. I'll send you some.
I'll make you a gallon right now. Ship it right to you.
It'll be so. It's so good.
But you'd probably be like, "Ooh, this is too sweet." Yeah, it's sweet.
Probably because they've never had anything that sweet in their whole life.
Right.
But I don't know. You just raised on sweet tea down here. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
So back to our story.
I digress.
The reason we're here. So when the Great Blizzard of 1888 hit, cities were shut down all over the Northeast. All modes of transportation were halted. Hundreds of people died. However, Leatherman was not one of these people Because like I said, you ain't going to keep Leatherman down.
Mm-hmm. Can't keep a good dog down. No, 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 no. Sorry.
You done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So people were amazed that Leatherman had actually weathered out the biggest blizzard of the 19th century by making a makeshift hut that he had built in Southington, Connecticut. So he rode out the storm in this little hut.
I bet that leather also was like probably keeping him
Yeah.
like safe from the elements.
Yeah.
It's real genuine leather, which I'm sure it was.
It had to be.
He was the
I'm sure
Leatherman.
he grabbed some of that leather before
Mm-hmm.
Margaret's dad ran him out of the country.
Mm-hmm. I'll take some of this leather. You might kick me out, but I'm taking your leather with me.
I bought this damn leather
For
with your money, but I bought it.
And it was expensive.
It ain't worth the damn thing now to you anyway, so what's it to you? So this storm only slowed him down for 4 days.
Oh, wow.
So he was right back at it after 4 days. Now, due to the sore on his lip becoming worse and worse, he had begun putting a piece of leather over it so that he could eat and drink.
Okay. I can see what he was thinking.
This man loved leather. I don't know how else I can tell you this.
And leather is the cure-all. Yeah. Apparently.
Leather is good for anything.
Cures
it
cancer.
Helps
at
every
this point.
situation. It'll cure your cancer.
Side note, we're not saying leather cures cancer.
We're not. That was me being sarcastic or
Don't
facetious.
Email us about that.
Yes. Do not try to treat your cancer with leather. Just saying.
Right.
Now, eventually, his lip would actually fall off of his face because it had gotten so bad.
You reckon it was from the tobacco? Is that what caused the cancer?
I'm sure since it was on his lip.
Yeah.
I would think.
Man.
Kind of like you get cancer from dipping.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I picture it just he's been dipping this whole time.
Pretty much. I'm sure he did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he did dip.
Yeah, like, he said people would give him tobacco.
Well, they didn't give him tobacco. They just found it like in old cigarettes and old cigars that he found discarded on the ground.
I'm just picturing his lip fell off.
His lip fell off.
That's pretty gruesome.
Yeah, I started not to mention it, but it's kind of... I mean, his lip fell off.
He make a new one?
Out of leather? You know he damn well tried.
I'm sure.
So, on March 24th, 1889, Henry Miller, guy, just some dude, he brought his fiancée to a cave to show her where the Leatherman stayed when he was in that area. Well, they discovered Leatherman laying in the cave, and he was deceased.
Oh.
It was the end of the Leatherman.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Now, the Westchester County coroner said that his cause of death was the cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And his death was reported on the front page of all the local newspapers. This was big news. Bigger than when they discovered he had a sore on his lip.
Mm-hmm.
This was bigger than that. This was front page.
And that was big news back then.
Yeah.
So this was huge.
This was huge news. Now, he was buried in Osage, New York, in a potter's field. And incredibly, which I find crazy, they did not bury this man in his leather suit. Like, what the fuck?
That is so inappropriate.
Why?
The only appropriate thing to bury him in would have been his suit. That would have been what he wanted.
Right.
What they put him in?
I don't know if
fancy schmancy.
There's no telling. They probably just wrapped him in a sheet and was done, and we're done with it.
I like the thought that they put him in a nice suit.
Well,
I like the thought that they buried him in his leather suit, but if they didn't.
Right. Somebody, I don't know why they wouldn't. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Why would you just
Somebody wanted to keep that leather. They knew it was real, genuine leather.
Genuine.
Mm-hmm.
So, in 1953, someone actually gave him a used headstone.
Used? They took it off of somebody else's grave?
Yes. There's a picture of it, and on the back side, it has, like, another person's information on it.
Oh, man.
But... it was I didn't know you could reuse headstones.
Well, you probably aren't supposed to. I would feel like that would be frowned upon.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Did they, like, use the same grave, like the original, where the headstone was, say, and then that person's grave is here, and then they buried him here?
No, it's just some...
They moved the
They
headstone.
moved the headstone to his grave.
Okay, I'm at a loss.
I've never heard of that in my life. But they did.
I guess the family didn't care.
I guess not. Or maybe it was made for somebody who was supposed to die and they just ended up living. So instead of just saving it.
The guy we talked about last week.
It was supposed to be Elmer McCurdy's.
It was Elmer's.
It was Elmer's headstone.
Mm.
And since he
now
didn't need it.
That makes sense. Yeah, because he kept on living.
You are so damn right. That's exactly what happened.
Mm.
Damn, Julie.
Look, I am a case solver. You bring your case to me. I'm going to figure this shit out real quick, like. You ain't getting nothing by me. These wheels are spinning.
Yeah. So, they put Elmer McCurdy's headstone on his grave. And the headstone read, "Final resting place of Jules Bergley of Lyon, France, the Leatherman."
Yeah.
So that
okay, that's fitting.
That's
fitting. Who he was.
He was the Leatherman.
And that was his final
And then it
place.
said some stuff about him walking his 365-mile circle, but
never mind what's on the back of this headstone.
Right, don't pay attention to that. If you go see the headstone, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Now, the Globe Museum in New York purchased the Leatherman's leather suit. I don't know who they purchased it from.
Yeah, who did they pay for this?
I don't know who had this leather suit.
Where did the money go?
Who took the money?
Where's the money, guys?
That is the real mystery here, and what really needs to be solved in this story. Who the fuck stole the leather suit?
I ain't about no thief.
Mm-mm.
So wherever first somebody stole the suit, and then got paid for the suit.
Yeah, like who are you paying? Who are you paying? It's not your suit.
I wonder how much they got for it.
I don't know. But this suit weighed more than 60 pounds.
He'd been walking around in a 60-pound suit?
He's been carrying 60 pounds of weight around, walking in this 360-mile circle for like 30 years.
Wow. That's a strong man.
Is that not crazy?
Pretty crazy.
Maybe he was buff.
I was going to say.
Since he was carrying around 60 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, his shoes were made of thick wooden soles nailed to leather. That was all they were, which is obviously how he wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you'd think they'd be worn down pretty good since he refused new soles.
True, but I don't know. The museum, guys, then dressed a man in the outfit in the leather suit and had him run among the crowds at the museum growling, "I'm hungry, give me a child to eat."
What? A child? Leatherman would never. Why
there has never been a
hungry?
mention of this man trying to eat children, ever.
I am appalled at this museum.
Why would you? Why did people do this back then? Why?
Say, "I'm hungry, give me food." And even that would be a little distasteful.
Right.
But to say, "Give me a child to eat"?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. They are just pretty much going and shitting on this man's legacy, basically. You might as well just go piss on his grave, right?
Mm-hmm. Or the back of it. Somebody else's. It ain't even his.
Basically.
Yeah.
So, people that knew him, though, started to protest this pretty hard.
Okay, good.
And the museum, this caused the museum to stop it.
Yeah.
Because it was very inappropriate.
It's pretty
wild. And these people were like, "Hey, that's not how Leatherman was, so you just need to slow your roll."
Yeah, if you're trying to do a demonstration, just have him walking in a circle.
Right, basically.
Yeah.
just have him go walk the
Or just
circle.
put the suit on display in a case.
That would probably be the best thing.
That's typically what museums that I think of would do.
Right. Like, this is the Leatherman's suit.
That's what Hard Rock Cafe does.
Pretty much.
Yeah, this is Elvis's suit. This
Right.
was Elton John's glasses he
Right.
wore.
This is Tom Petty's
They're in a
guitar.
case. They
Yeah.
don't have somebody standing around, one for the money in the suit.
Give me a banana and peanut butter sandwich now.
Gyrating all over the stage. That's what they do in Vegas.
That's right.
Not at the museums.
Right. I mean, have a little decor. You're a
Right.
museum, you know?
Quit calling yourself a museum if that's how you want to present yourself.
You're really just a sideshow at that point.
Exactly.
So the suit has since disappeared and nobody knows where the suit is. So if you live up in that area, please search your parents' attic and see if they have the Leatherman suit.
That would be pretty awesome if
Just do
somebody
that.
found it.
Put this on pause right now and go check.
The way you will know is it's a 64-pound suit of leather.
And it probably smells horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Even to this day.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Can you imagine just sweating in that leather for 30 years? That's gross. Okay. So in this area, like there are still families that have pictures of the Leatherman, like in their family albums. They like took pictures.
Yeah.
That have been passed down and stuff. So
that's pretty cool. But can you imagine trying to explain that to your grandkids?
It was a man in leather. I swear.
Well, what did he do?
He came by every 34 days.
Yeah,
we fed him dinner. Then he would just leave.
He was just walking. That's how the teenagers are. I mean,
walking.
That's all he did. Walking. Oh, why were they walking?
I mean, like, come on.
We have teenagers. It's okay for us to say that.
We can make fun of teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I stated earlier, his headstone does say Jules Berkeley on it.
Mm-hmm.
He is identified with that name in many accounts. However, according to researchers, including a man named Dan W. DeLuca, as well as his New York death certificate, his identity remains unknown.
How did they come to think that he was Jules?
I don't know, I do not know.
Because it just doesn't seem highly likely that word from France would spread to Connecticut that they were missing a poor man.
Well, so the name Jules first appeared in a story published in the Waterbury Daily American on August 16th of 1884, but was later retracted on March 25th of 1889, 5 years later. And also in the Meriden Daily Journal, it was on March 29th of 1889.
Okay.
So, I'm guessing, I don't know if Jules and Margaret and her father in this leather business ever even existed.
So you might have just told me a whole story that ain't even true?
Yeah, I did. Now, the Leatherman story is 100% real.
So, but made up?
But I think the newspaper may have made up the story about his beginnings and where he actually came from.
Just to give him some sort of like a cool
story.
Background?
Yeah. Gotcha.
Sad story.
Got you.
You got me. For sure.
Now, DeLuca was able to get a new headstone installed when the Leatherman's grave was moved away from Route 9 to another location within the same cemetery. And that happened on May 25th, 2011. So
recently.
So people are still dealing with Leatherman in the 21st century. And they got him a new brass plaque, and it just simply reads, The Leatherman. And that is the story of the Leatherman. Thoughts?
My thoughts are that was a pretty cool story, had it been true.
The Leatherman is true. I just wanted to put that in there because it adds to the story.
It does add to it, but I was thinking, man, I really thought they were going to get back together somehow. Him and Margaret were going to find their way back to each other.
Now, it may be that there was a Jules Berkeley and a Margaret that lived in France during that time, and he ruined her father's leather business. That could be true. I don't know, because they did say that he matched his description, but then again, it could be just a totally made up story by a newspaper.
But now I'm wondering, now that I know what I know, why didn't he speak English?
Because they're saying that they think he was just a French Canadian.
Oh, okay. Like he really probably was not from here.
No, they think that he was this DeLuca guy. He
Do
says it's more than
Canadians?
likely a French Canadian.
Don't Canadians speak English?
Some of yeah, most of them. Maybe during that time, if you're French Canadian in that area, English wasn't spoken as
Mm.
regularly as it probably is today.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
But that was his excuse. And maybe he did speak English, but he just didn't like talking to people.
That is understandable.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't like talking to people.
Except me.
Except for her. She's the only one I ever talked to.
Literally. Shouldn't
And,
even talk to
and
her
you
kids.
guys.
No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. She talks to them.
Yeah, I do talk to my kids.
Mm.
Sometimes. No.
Mm-hmm. When I have to.
When I have to. When they directly ask me a question and expect an answer. All right, and I said I was going to show you a picture. Let me pull this up.
Let me see what that Leatherman looks like.
So this is his route that he took.
Okay.
From New York to Connecticut and back around again.
You know, it's the circle.
It's a circle, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
It's a circle.
Mm-hmm. Oval.
It's an oval.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the Leatherman. What do you think?
Is the Leatherman.
Leatherman.
What do I think?
Yeah.
Do you know who Bam Margera is?
No, the dude from Jackass?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is that what he looks like?
Well, the one on the right, kind of.
Yeah, he does.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Mm-hmm. That looks like a heavy suit that he was wearing.
It's 60 pounds.
Yeah.
60 pounds.
Man, he just walked around in that.
He did. For years and years and years and years and years and years.
In that picture on the right, I guess it looks like he was eating some food that somebody gave him.
It looks like he ain't very happy that somebody's taking his picture either.
Yeah.
Right there. Now that one, the other one looks like he's kind of posing for a picture.
Yeah.
But that one looks like he's kind of like I'm trying to eat
like
here.
I'm literally trying to eat.
I literally have food in my mouth.
Yeah, let me put my roll down. He would take a picture of me. I think that's what the first picture is. Like he put his roll down and took his hat off.
Come stand in front of me.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's real life. That's what he looks like.
Like now it makes you want to know what the actual real story behind this guy is, right? Like who was he?
I bet he was some sort of soldier for real. Like he has like the look of like a soldier to me.
Yeah.
That
possibly
just wandered. I don't know. It's crazy like for real to look at something like that and be like, that's a real person that just walked around 365 miles in 34 days over and over and over again.
He did that.
That was his life. That's pretty interesting. I mean, really, we like joke around about it, but then seeing him in real life like that just kind of
IRL.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm on the internet a lot, so I know that. I know what IRL is.
So like a website?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in real life.
I'm thinking URL.
URL. That's what you're thinking. I'm saying IRL because you said in real life.
Did I say that?
Yes.
Huh.
So I said IRL. You're thinking.
Look at you teaching me how the young folks speak.
I know how the young folks talk. Like I said, I'm on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I know things.
Bruh.
6'7".
I don't even know what that is. I asked my son. I was like, I've never even heard you say that. And he was like, well, sometimes I just don't say it around you. And I was like, what do you mean?
It's so dumb.
Shout out to my son, Waylon. He's a little history buff himself.
I've got a son named Waylon, too. And yes, my son is younger. But I did not steal her name. She actually stole the name from me because I told her before either one of us were pregnant that if I had a son, I was going to name him Waylon.
That is not 100% true.
That is
a conversation.
That is 100% true.
People, we both love Waylon Jennings and we love music.
Yes.
Very much, like really get into music. And we worked together back in the day, and we're like talking about Waylon Jennings, and I'm like, oh, I love Waylon Jennings, and she's like, oh, I love Waylon Jennings, and at some point it was brought up kind of at the same time. One of us said, could have been you, could have been me.
It was me.
I really think it was me. It was like, if I ever have a son, I'm going to name him Waylon. And she was like, I'm going to name him Waylon if I have a son, but neither one of us were pregnant.
Right. But
I
I had
happened
already
to.
said that. Like, my ex and I had
Nobody
already
stole
talked about that.
anybody's name. It's a cool name, and you're lucky if you have it.
Right.
We got cool kids.
Yeah, but she did steal the name from me.
You can't steal a name that's already been. My son is older than hers. That's all. We'll leave it at that. My son is older than hers.
But I called dibs.
You can't call dibs on a name. Not like that. Not when I'm a huge fan too.
I'm just playing. It's nobody cares. It's not a big deal. But it's just a funny story.
Yeah. Our kids don't even know each other.
Yeah.
They didn't even go to the same school.
No, so
it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But have you noticed since then, since we had our Waylands, there have been a lot of Waylands.
I have noticed that. Then. So all of you out there with a kid named Waylon, we know where it came from.
Y'all stole our kid's name.
Yep. We know the deal, and we're not happy about it.
She's not happy about it. I really don't care.
I could care less because,
it's a cool name.
My son's better than yours. I'm only joking. I joke. Okay? That's what I do.
Too far. Just took it
too soon.
R.I.P. Waylon.
Do you know that poor Waylon died with no feet because of diabetes?
I did not know that.
Yeah, Waylon. Anyway, I don't know why I brought that up. It's very sad and probably shouldn't have been. It could have gone without saying.
Probably, and I didn't know that. And you are all about telling me things that I don't know.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty much how we spend our time together.
You know what? Life happens, and that just is what it is. Sometimes you die with no feet.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well,
that's funny. But it's not funny at all.
It's not funny. It's just a long pause we did. That was what's funny. Yep. Anyway, so that's our story for this week. I'm glad I got everybody.
Yeah.
I'm glad I was able to fool you.
You got me.
I got you good.
I'm the whole time thinking, well, when is this going to come back? We got to circle back around.
Where's Margaret?
No pun intended, but we're going to circle back around to Margaret.
Hey, Margaret. All right. So that's this week's episode. We'll be back next week with another one. So come on back and join us.
Join us
again. Please go like, review, subscribe to our podcast.
Click that bell.
On YouTube, please like and subscribe and click that bell. YouTube algorithm loves that bell. Even though it doesn't work properly yet. I don't know
if she's ever told y'all this or not, but that bell does not work properly.
It does not work. I know I keep saying it, but it drives me crazy because it's so big in the algorithm, but it doesn't work. And it's like my brain cannot wrap around the reason why if it's so big and counts so much, it should work. If it doesn't work, it shouldn't count.
Why you got a bell that don't ding? YouTube.
What's going on?
What's going on with the bell?
What's with these bells? What's the deal with these bells? I'm a big Seinfeld fan. Okay. All right, guys. So we'll just see you next week. And don't forget, if you like true crime, to go listen to our One Crime at a Time podcast, which we're about to record right now.
We'll have it ready for you.
We'll have it ready for you. So go check that out. Thanks. We'll see you next week. I'm Shannon.
I'm Julie.
Bye.
Bye.
This has been a presentation of Way More Entertainment.